Good morning, each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you so much. I hope that you had a great and fabulous weekend. Mine was not too bad. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It wasn't too bad. It was actually exciting to spend some time with family. We actually had my sister-in-law's birthday yesterday, and yesterday was Easter, so it was pretty cool to actually have not just one time through this moment, but 2 times now. I've had genuine homemade carrot cake. Homemade, like my wife went all out and made carrot cake again for the second time through this whole blimp, this whole moment, this whole, as the world says, crisis. We've had this twice. I've had the privilege of having it twice. And yes, I'm killing myself because I have over eaten. My sister-in-law made the cuts yesterday, and I promise you, her cuts compared to my cuts and my wife's cuts, if you're watching, Sheena, if you're watching on for those students that are on with Facebook, if you're watching, no disrespect, but her cuts were like that big. They were like that big. Our cuts are like half the size of that, but nonetheless, it was cool. We were making fun of her. It was funny. How was everybody else's weekend? Katri, how was your weekend?
It was good.
What'd you do? What was exciting? What is something that you did that was exciting?
We did an egg hunt.
What? In your front yard or backyard?
Front yard.
Nice. That's cool. Awesome. Ethan, what'd you do?
For my weekend, nothing special happened really, except yesterday was Easter, and instead of celebrating Easter, we celebrated my birthday, so we had all my family come over, and I had strawberry cheesecake, which was...
Oh, dude, shut up. You had strawberry cheesecake. Are you serious? Oh, I'm so jealous, dude. Thank you. I'm so jealous. Did you hear? Ethan had strawberry cheesecake, babe.
Oh, yeah, make you one.
Says, my wife says, I'm gonna make you one. You gotta win, you're winning. Thank you, Ethan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ethan. Happy birthday to you. Awesome, man. Awesome. And many more on Channel 4. I forgot how the rest goes. It's something Scooby-Doo on Channel 2. I forgot how it goes. It's been a long time. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Kaden, how was your weekend? Share.
It was fine.
Tell me something that you did. Exciting, something.
I hid my brother's eggs.
All right, man.
Everyone having cake.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Awesome. Steven, share with me.
Nothing really exciting happened. I just stayed in my home. I got $50 using that to get a PlayStation Plus subscription.
What? Get out of here, dude. For reals? Cool.
Yeah, for 12 months.
Nice. Real quick, I do have to take a quick time out. Ethan, thank you so much for reminding me. As always, Ethan is my accountable partner when it comes to this. For those who are scholars, please make sure that your name is at the bottom or you're showing your face, your presence, primarily because, again, we want to definitely stress the safety and our own collaboration with each other. But this is, again, a safe place. Definitely, we want to make sure that we have the right people in our classroom. All right, Alyssa, how was your weekend? Share something with the class.
Hi. This weekend, I think it was before Easter, we went on a sand rail.
What?
Our
That's
neighbors, cool. Our neighbors had a sand rail and they knew us, so we got to go on it twice.
Nice. That's really cool. That's awesome. Did you have fun? Yeah, it's a lot of fun, huh? I know. Yeah. Did you get a bunch of sand all over you? No? Okay, that's cool. That's good. Awesome. AJ, share with us. How was your weekend, man?
Good. Yesterday, I rode dirt bikes all day.
All day? Oh, your arms must be a little bit sore.
Yeah.
They are, huh? Cool, man. That's awesome. Kaylee, share with us, please. Go ahead, kiddo. You're on mute. She's like, oh. Go ahead.
So I got on a trampoline, and we bounced on it, and we went to go find eggs around like our backyard and our front yard.
Nice.
And inside our house.
Nice.
And then, my aunt like ding dong ditched us, like put a little cake by our door, and then, yeah.
I love that. I love that challenge, the ding dong ditch. I remember playing that as a kid growing up. That was a cool game, and now they stepped it up even a bigger, way out of again using imagination, because I've seen it on Instagram. I've seen people do it even on TikTok. I've seen people do this challenge, and it's so extraordinary. I think it's so cool, and I told my family, I said it'd be cool to do that with like a book and like a roll of toilet paper. You know, I know the ding dongs are cool, they're delicious, but I'm always thinking again, water bottles, you know, a case of toilet paper or something just that you could be used to. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I'm glad you guys did that. That's really cool. All right, Cassidy, share with the class. What'd you do? How was your weekend? Cass, you there? You're on mute, kiddo.
He's here. Kim?
Cass, are you there? She's okay. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Damon, share with the class. What is something that you did this weekend that was exciting and cool?
I went shooting.
You went shooting?
Yeah.
Like for like ducks, or you just went and shooting just to have fun, target practice?
Target practice.
Awesome, man. Awesome. That was a highlight, huh? Get out of the house, go shooting?
Yeah.
Did you hit your target?
Yeah.
You did? Awesome, man.
It was a red dot on an AR, so it was pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. You had a red dot scope, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much easier when you have a red dot scope. Much easier. That's cool. I'm glad you did that. That's awesome. Caitlin, what'd you do? Share with the class. Caitlin Gee, you there? Unmute your phone. Or your device. Yeah, you. You silly. Yeah, you. I love it.
I jumped on the trampoline for like 5 hours straight with my sister, and I don't know what else.
Did you guys do any baking?
No.
Okay. All right. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into today's lesson. So today's lesson is really simple. Today's lesson is all A's. That is today's lesson, all A's. Sure, babe. Oh, let me get no. Excuse me. Awesome. That's good. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So if you have a pencil and a paper, I want you to definitely write these things down. I'm going to get to the 5 A's, straight A's, a straight A. Everyone likes to be a straight A student in life. No doubt about it. My wife will stay up like last night, stay up till midnight, 1:30, working on assignments just to make sure she gets straight A's. Now, that's extraordinary and that's awesome. And I love seeing that ambitious behavior, that tenacity when it comes into gaining and going and achieving something. So straight A's. We all want straight A's. And we all want our kids to be straight A students. Well, some of us. Nonetheless, I'm always happy, again, with someone that takes knowledge and uses it. For me, again, looking at it from a different perspective, I always think, what did you learn? And for those that are in my class, you know my number one question all the time is, what did I learn or what did I discover today? What did I learn or what did I discover today? And that is our driving question all the time in our classroom. What did I learn or what did I discover today? I don't know my grade. And that's going to happen, Katie. But nonetheless, what did I learn or what did I discover? So straight A's. Straight A's. Here is straight A's from a leadership perspective that you could transform into your lifelong perspective. Your lifelong, your future, your endeavor. And so when you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and share them with you. Number one is attitude. If there's anything I've ever learned in this transformational life or period today, is attitude. And I shared something with people on Facebook. I'll share it with you right now. I'm going to read it to you right now. For those people that are already on Facebook, you probably have already seen it. I made the post yesterday and I shared it. It wasn't because it was Easter that I shared this particular post, but very simply said, I shared this, and let me find it. Come on. All right. So here was my question to followers, friends, and family on Facebook yesterday. It says, if I came by your house, would you invite me in to have dinner with you and the family? So out of the 5,000 individuals, and I know that the algorithm of Facebook as well as Instagram and any other social media platform, and you probably have seen this as students, you probably have seen this even as Facebook users, but you know that the algorithm is different. If people like or people are always on your page, you will always come to the top. It's like the way the cream. Now again, the reason why I said attitude is because of this. Here was my attitude today in sharing and I'll get into this one word here shortly because it's the next word. But my attitude was this. Thank you for participating in the question. The more I see humanity, the heart and love for others, the more I'm impressed by the astounding capacity to share kindness during tough capacities or circumstances or situations. The little moment can either build us or rob us of one of life's greatest heritage, that of struggle and liberty. Again, thank you for sharing your comment, but more importantly, your hearts. I believe our heart, smile, tear, love, and action has no form of nationality. I believe hope and sorrow and struggle speak like to all nations and all people. So the reason why, again, I shared that this morning is because yesterday I asked that question. If someone were to invite you, your attitude, how is your attitude? Again, we all want A's. Everyone wants A's. But when you get a B, when you get a D, when you get an F because you didn't put in the effort or the hard work, you raise this attitude. Or at home right now, you have a lot of work, you have a lot of things going on, and you have this attitude. So again, how we transform our attitude is definitely going to set the momentum and the tone for our life skill, for our life ability. If I have a negative attitude each and every single morning, if I have this pessimistic attitude and I continue to turn on the TV, I continue to turn on social media, I continue to turn on the negativity of the world, it will at some point in time, it will reverse a positive mental attitude to a negative attitude. It's that easy. It's that easy. So again, attitude is your first A. Again, I'm giving you 5 A's, straight A's, 5 straight A's. All right, here we go. Number 2, again, I shared my comment back to those people on Facebook because, again, my appreciation that they took the time to actually comment. Yes, and I'll go through it again. I'll share with you again one more time. Out of the 5,000 followers, friends, and family that follow me on Facebook, they commented. 57 people commented. And yes, some of them said, let's see. Sure, bring the wine. Sure, I would invite you. We would have to eat in my backyard because my husband has MS without a heartbeat. You are always welcome, Coach, into my house. Doors are always open. Yes, I most definitely would. I would definitely bring my food. I would definitely bring food to you. What was the other? Of course, without a question. Yes, of course, you were always welcome, but you would have to make your shrimp pasta. That was my sister-in-law. Totally invite you for dinner. And the list goes on. Without a question, of course, definitely, no question ever asked, definitely without a heartbeat. So the reason why I'm sharing this again with you, again, appreciation. I appreciate those people. I appreciate those people that were able to comment back to that. So your second A in the 5 A's, straight A's across the board. Your second A is appreciation. That's APPREACATION, appreciation. That's APPRECATION, appreciation. So appreciation, okay? Your appreciation. You appreciate everything that you have right now. Yesterday, for some of you that went outside and you were able to do some Easter egg hunting, your appreciation. I seen more people appreciating yesterday because it was Easter. It was Easter, and we had to spend it again in our circle. Appreciation. Appreciation when you go to the store and you're buying toilet paper and you're buying water bottles and you're buying the essentials that you absolutely need. Appreciation. Stopping by somebody's house and sharing something with them, whether it's a bag of food or lemons. I buy lemons from my neighbor down the road. I always buy lemons from him because he's got this beautiful big tree, and I'm always hooking the dude up with cash. Okay, he lives on a fixed income, so again, my appreciation, and I'll sit there and I'll listen to him because he's much older than me, so he has years of experience and years of life lessons. Okay, so again, appreciation is number 2. Number three is awareness. Write it down. Awareness. 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 Your awareness. You know, I'm gonna use awareness and appreciation as I wrote it here. Okay, as I wrote it here, the appreciation factor is people love to be appreciated for things that are done or said or shared. Appreciation acknowledges their value. And when you look at people, it really does. Again, this whole week for each and every single one of you in leadership as well as in life skill, both of my classes, you guys are really striving to build self-confidence and courage. Now, in the exercise you just recently did when we got on was building that. Yes, last week was asking that driving question, what is it that everyone wants, and asking somebody that's building your confidence for tomorrow. Building it today for tomorrow. I'm thinking of the future. Not just for me, but for you, for my children. Thinking of the future. Giving you the actual tools and strategies that you're going to need to be stronger, to be resilient, to definitely dig hard in perseverance each and every single day. And many of you have done that thus far. In this now 5 weeks, they say it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. I'm saying 5 weeks. 5 weeks because we had spring break and we were definitely around the community. But 5 weeks for us. And now you're in week 4 of grinding, hustling, moving. Again, my appreciation. It's a uniqueness. When you think of awareness, it's a uniqueness. Some people are aware, some people are unaware. Some people are aware of other people's needs, and some people are unaware of other people's needs. Be aware. As you transform everything as a leader, you're aware. Awareness is key. Awareness, it definitely helps to give you more clarity and more understanding for other people's needs. Again, remember the top key, the top of all, the cream of the crop, the essential key of being a leader is being a steward first. Steward first. Awareness goes hand in hand with that because you're aware of other people's needs. Awareness. When you are aware of the need of someone else, again, you now have the ability, especially if you have the ability and the capability of sharing something with somebody else, that's aware. You're being aware. As a friend of mine recently said on Facebook, and I commented back to him, Larry, you posted this here earlier, but you said if there's one thing in the world that you could give somebody, what would it be? And I said a hug. For that can make the difference. I'm aware. I'm very aware that many people today need to listen and not speak so much. I'm aware that today is a time of reflection. I'm aware that there are more people today that are starting to get back into the root of being more kind. I'm aware that there are people that are working a lot of different hours right now at the supermarket, making sure that we have the things that we need. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that our president is going through a lot of hate and a lot of things that are going against him. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that there are people that don't like even me, and that's okay. I'm aware of that. I'm all right with that. So being aware gives you strength, gives you, it's strong. Okay. Be aware. All right. Next one. Next one is anticipation. 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 Appreciation. Be appreciation. Oh, I'm sorry. Anticipation. 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 This right here, this moment. I'm anticipating the moment when it actually ends. When they actually say, all right, everybody, you could definitely go home. You could definitely, not home. I meant like you could go to your jobs. The anticipation. I can't wait to break free and to see the faces, to see all the people again in the parks and community. Anticipation. I loved seeing my family with the smiles. I took them out hiking. And my father-in-law is not in the best shape. And if he's watching, no disrespect, you know that. But I'm encouraging him, my father-in-law. I'm encouraging my mother-in-law to go out hiking. I'm encouraging them to spend more time outside. I'm encouraging them. Until they make it mandatory, they say, Coach Sagasa, you cannot go into the desert and exploring. You cannot. When they tell me that, okay, cool, I'll obey. I'll listen. But until then, again, I'm not going, again, you have to get to a point, a turning point, anticipation. I'm not going to, again, you have to get to a point where you have a turning point in your growth. You're anticipating what's next. I'm anticipating the next move. A game I love so much. Now, outside of football, most of you guys know me as Coach Sagasta, the football coach, or the basketball coach, or the baseball coach, or the softball coach. But nonetheless, strong emphasis on chess, playing chess. I love the game of chess. And I'm so grateful that my mentor, Michael Smalls, if you're watching, Kenny Smalls, I remember sitting around the kitchen table being in that boys' orphanage and we played chess. And he taught me how to play chess. And I'm very grateful for my other teacher. I'm very grateful for my teacher that showed me how to play chess. A mastermind. I mean, a high intelligent individual. Mr. Reyes taught me how to play chess. And he was a master chess player. A master. Okay? I'm not a master. To me, I still consider myself an amateur. But he was not just an expert. He was a master chess player. And again, the anticipation, you sit back, you're anticipating the next move of the next person. In life skill, transferring, again, everything from leadership to your life skill, you're going to have to anticipate. There are going to be people that will be in the company or the business they don't have the all A's. They don't have the A's in alignment. They don't have these things. They're not really strongly encouraging themselves or motivating themselves to grow. And therefore they stay stagnant. They become the Blockbuster. They become the JCPenney. They become these companies that go under because they don't innovate. And right now we are innovating. We are innovating, okay? So the next word, accountability. When I say straight A's, this is your last word, accountability. So in your list today, you at the very top of your paper, all A's. I am an A student. I am. In life, in leadership, in everything that I have, and everything that I'm willing to attain or go after, the willingness inside, accountability. Accountability is your fifth A when it comes to all A's. Okay, I've sat in seminars. In fact, I was just after we get done with our class, I got to jump on a quick phone call and get connected with one of my brothers because we're going to jump on with John Maxwell, do a John Maxwell webinar, and I'm honored to actually be invited to it, and I'm going to be able to share some of those things with you, and with you. Again, sharing to me is caring. I'm not going to go. I refuse, and I've shared this with my class. I refuse, again, my appreciation. I refuse to go to the grave with all this information and tools and strategies and tips and advantages and go to the grave with them. When either I could share them on a live with you guys, or I could share them in person, hopefully very soon with you guys, or in a book or in a blog. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, accountability. I hold myself accountable just like you do. Getting done with my workout first thing in the morning, waking up. Nobody calls me and says, Sagasta, you got to wake up. It's 3 a.m. Hey, Sagasta, it's 7 o'clock. You got to go on your run because you got to be done with your workout by 8:30. Nobody does that for me. I do that here. I'm accountable for who I am. I am accountable. Every time I look in the mirror, that's my accountable partner. And for the Zoom call, Ethan is my accountable partner. He reminds me every time I see him, and he doesn't even have to physically say anything. He just reminds me. He reminds me. What was the fourth of all A's? The fourth was anticipation. Alyssa, anticipation. 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 But Ethan reminds me to always make sure that I have scholars on, that I have students for life, that I have learners for life, that I have readers for life. And again, for those that are in the life skills and the leadership class, I posted a book, See You at the Top, by one of my favorite teachers, Zig Ziglar. One of my favorite teachers, Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top. I posted that PDF book in there for you, as well as a John Maxwell 21 Steps to Success leadership book in there. It's a PDF. Again, I wish that I'm still working out some kinks and still trying to figure out how I can actually add an audio link for you guys to listen to. But there are different podcasts that I'm going to add today for you guys to jump on, because again, there is no end. No end to learning. There is no end. There's a beginning, but no end. It's deep like the ocean. And literally no end. It doesn't matter how many small grains of sand you were to take from California to New York and put it there, it would never end. That's how much information is out there. And I posted a comment this morning on my Facebook page, and I was going to tweet it too, but I always come back to, and this is going to be a driving question for today. Is what will I do? What will I do? What will I do? Write this down, because this is your driving question for today, and you can share it tomorrow. But what will I do different in the next hour? What will I do different in the next hour? What will I do different in the next hour that will bring me closer to my goal? One more time. What will I do in the next hour, the second part of that, to bring me closer to my goal? It's a strong question for strong leaders. What will I do different? Because the question that I asked my Facebook friends and family and followers is, what skill or talent have you developed over this time? 4 weeks. I'm literally 3 weeks away from finishing my psychology class at Yale. 3 weeks away. And what have I learned? I've learned more about the neurons. I've learned more about the mind and the behavior. Again, and I have books in this section. I have manuals in this section, but I wanted to definitely get into a different classroom. Wanted to get into a different setting, just like you guys are. No different. Because there's a beginning and no end. There's a beginning and no end. And I just subscribed to, oh, sir, what was his name? That course? C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is an author, a fiction author. He's also a historian. He's also...
He wrote Narnia.
What?
He wrote Narnia.
Yes, he did. He wrote a fiction book, Narnia, and he also was a philosopher. He was a man of high intelligence. And so I signed up for his free course. Yes, free course. It's 6 weeks. So as soon as I'm done with my classes there at Yale, I will look at a couple other classes to see if there's anything else. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, I cannot beat not wanting to pay, $49, $100 to go to a nice university that has content that I enjoy. So again, I asked that driving question to my Facebook friends and family and followers is, what skill or talent are you developing during this moment? But for your question is, again, what will you do better? What will you do in the next hour that will bring you closer to your goal? That's a strong question. Okay, I hope that you guys got some stuff from all the A's. Again, we'll get more into it, deeper into it. This whole week. My apologies. I meant to give you guys your read today. Never run yourself down. Believe in yourself. Esteem yourself, not with egotism, but with humility. Be humble. Be charitable. Realistic self-confidence. Stop living in the past and start living for the future. In order to have enthusiasm, you must live and act enthusiastically. That is today's read from Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. And for those who have read his content, his material, you know exactly what type of person he was. Any questions?
No.
No questions or feedback? So today you guys... Oh, go ahead, Kaylee. I'm sorry. I seen the hands up. My bad. Kaylee, go ahead, kiddo.
I think she's on mute.
All right. Unmute yourself. You got to unmute.
Wait. So also this weekend I grew a sunflower trying, and it looks like this so far.
What? That's awesome.
I really see that. Oh.
That's really cool.
It says it'll take like 90 days to fully grow.
Whoa.
Hey, we got time.
Hold up. Did you just say 90 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. We have that time.
You have that time, but Katie, if you've been in the leadership class long enough, I always stress that number, 90 days, and it becomes, I knew you'd remember, 90 days, and it becomes a genuine habit. So amazing that the sunflower, and I'm glad you brought that up, kiddo, because one of the things that I've learned in this field is, go ahead and mute your devices. But one of the things that I have learned in this particular field, and I've been around individuals, is this particular thing: is we are likened like the grain of wheat. And what I mean is, the grain of wheat has three features. It could be fed to pigs or hogs, cows, and so forth. 2, it could be ground and made into flour. Or 3, it could be take a seed and put back into the earth and brought forth another 100-fold. It's amazing how the wheat really works. The only difference is, for us, in comparison to that one particular herb, that one particular ingredient in life, is we have a choice. We don't have to fail and keep failing. And when I talk about failing, I'm talking about being fed to nonsense, to garbage. We have a choice. And that's one of the things that I love is the wheat grain doesn't have a choice. It can go to those 3 areas. But for us, we have a choice. We can make a choice. And I like that. Thank you so much for sharing that, sunflower. That's really cool. That's a strong a principle, you might say, because 90 days, if there's anything I've ever learned in the 3 a.m. process, or the continuous education process, or the working out process, is I'm now past the 90 days. I'm past the 90 days. Okay? When I said I wanted to work out every single day and not miss a beat, the rest of my life is I'm already past 90 days. So it becomes habit. So it's now a habit. Again, as I expressed, I don't need to be reminded Okay, as the great Zig Ziglar says, motivation is like taking showers. So I don't have to be reminded to take a shower. I don't have to be reminded to work out. I don't have to be reminded. It just becomes habit. I don't need to be reminded to brush my teeth. It just becomes habit. So again, 90 days, and it's a guarantee. That's why they always publicize that 90-day guarantee, 90-day guarantee, or your money back. Right? There's a straight science behind it that I cannot explain because I've never dug into it. But that's interesting. All right, go ahead. Let's see who else. Caden, go ahead, buddy.
So you said you were gonna look into that fancy pricing. Oh wait, is my mic muted?
Go ahead, one more time.
No.
Oh, so you said you were gonna look into that fancy pricing?
Yeah. Yep.
Have you looked into it yet?
I have it. You know what? And right now, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So send me the link.
Why don't I screen share my game? Actually, wait, no, that's no.
No, not right now. But I definitely send it to my email. That way I can look at it. It will remind me.
So hold up. Let me go to the app.
Or after we get off, Caden, after we get off, just put it in the classroom. That way it reminds me. Because automatically, anything you guys put in the classroom, it comes straight to my phone. I get a notification. Okay?
Okay, hold on. So let me just tell you how many games they have. Hold up. Does this guy have them all? Yeah. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on.
Sister locations.
Yeah. I'll make sure I count that one. Hold up. But we go into here. This will be better.
Really?
So they have 1, 2. Why can't I find them all?
It's all good. All right, go ahead and mute your device. Steven, you had your hand up.
Huh?
You had your hand up.
Yeah, I do. So the lore significance in Five Nights at Freddy's is very large, and I think you might enjoy its complicity.
Yeah, you will.
For sure?
Yeah, it's very complicated. Lots of child murderers.
Oh, no, not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily.
It's cartoon. It's cartoon.
All right, I'll check it out. As long as you guys DM me or put it in the classroom, I can definitely, it'll remind me to look at it. So do that today, okay?
Good idea.
Don't forget, you have for those scholars that are in the leadership, you have your PowerPoint, review the PowerPoint, answer the questions. For those that are in the life skills class, you have your life skills assignment, which is self-esteem, working on your self-esteem. So please make sure those are due on Friday. Please make sure you get those in no later than Sunday. They're due on Friday, but no later than Sunday. That way I can get into your grades, okay? I love you guys. I got to get out of here. It's that time. Any last questions?
Share class, right? Share with class is what I do?
Yeah, exactly. Share it with the class, okay? And that way it'll come to my phone to remind me, okay?
Okay.
I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Wait, I'm trapped at home.
For everybody that's on Facebook, I definitely want to send a prayer. And of course, my students are always in my prayers. But again, I never want to offend anybody on any. I don't want to offend anybody whatsoever with their faith, with their, with their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. And to me, again, I'm not on this earth to do so. So nonetheless, I want to definitely always pray because it is my own private Facebook page. And for me, again, to me, in everything that I've seen over the last 5 years, prayer has probably been the greatest tool I've ever come to truly understand and spend more time. Outside of attitude, outside of setting goals, outside of leadership in that arena, every single leader or coach or mentor I've ever been around has always emphasized prayer. And so, again, with that being said, Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for all things that you give us. I thank you for your amazing grace. I thank you so much for allowing your son to die on the cross for my sins and the sins of this world. I thank you for the food that we have in our pantry and our refrigerator. I thank you for the food that we have in our supermarkets. I thank you for the men and women that continue to work in our supermarkets endlessly day in and day out, stocking the shelves and bringing the food in on for trucks. I thank you for all the restaurants locally that continue to provide. I thank you for great friends and great family. I thank you so much for my wife, Sarah, for my son, Isaac, for my son, Andrew, for my daughter, Delina. I thank you for forgiveness. I thank you so much for your mercy. I thank you for grace, and I thank you for understanding. I thank you for knowledge and wisdom. I thank you so much for great teachers. I thank you for great authors. I thank you so much for our pastor and our church family. I thank you so much for the churches in our country that continue to stand by faith and strong worship. I thank you for prayer, and I thank you so much for the apostles, and I thank you so much for John the Baptist, and I thank you so much for Job, and I thank you so much for Enoch and Elijah. I thank you so much for Moses and Joseph and many others, Lord, that you brought into my life by the number one motivational book in the world. I thank you so much for your infallible word and the Bible that I have today, Lord. I thank you so much for the inspiration and the courage and confidence that you have given me because of that book. I thank you so much for inspiring me to help others, Lord, to be a steward, to be a servant. I thank you so much for your love. I thank you so much for your kindness. I thank you so much for the trials and tribulations that through life you've brought me through, and many others that watch today and that listen today. I thank you for my family. I thank you for my community. I thank you for every single soul on this earth. I humbly ask and beg of you that you would please work in the hearts of humankind, that we be more closer drawn to you in this time, and we be more of love, more of kindness, more of compassion, more of grace, more of peace, more of calmness. I thank you for bringing us through this time as a nation, as a people, that you may forgive us for our wrongs, that you may forgive us for our arrogance, that you might forgive us for our vain, that you might forgive us and help us to get right. Help us to do right. Help us to act right. Help us to speak right and to always be right. Father, I thank you so much for all that you've given us, for the air that we breathe, the trees that we see, the birds that sing beautifully. I thank you for this moment. I thank you for my students. I humbly ask and beg of you, please, from all my heart, dear God, that you be with my students and their families. Be with the students at Mojave High School and their families, Lord. For those at River Valley High School and their families, Lord. Be with those at Needles High School and their families, and those at Laughlin High School and Junior High and their families, those at Mojave Accelerated Learning Center and Desert Star Academy, and those at Young Scholars Academy, and those at the Montessori, and those at Sunrise and Bullhead City Junior High and Fox Creek. I humbly ask and beg of you, please, be with them and their families, Lord. Be with the officers as well as the nurses and doctors in our community and beyond. Be with the men and women that continue to put on their uniform as my son. I humbly ask and beg of you, please, help us to be faithful. In Jesus' name I love you. Amen and amen. Hey, I love you guys. Have a great and fabulous day. And as always, make every single day a masterpiece. I'm out.